Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Lauren, and on this channel we talk about books. In today's video we are doing our, I cannot believe I'm even saying this, but we are doing our June TBR. How we are 6 months into 2025 is just wild to me. I can't even believe it. But here we are. It is May 29th today, so I figured today is the perfect opportunity to get my June TBR down packed. I am super excited. This month I am going to up my TBR by 3 books, so I'm going to have 9 books total. I'm doing that because my kiddos are going to be spending the entire month of June with their dad, so I'm going to be kid-free, and that just means I'm going to have way more time for reading. I'm going to miss the babies, but I am stoked to be able to get in some more reading during the month of June. There is one book that I know for sure is going to be on my TBR this month, and it is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I am super excited. This book is so gorgeous. It feels amazing. Like it's a heavy, it's not a huge book, but it is a heavy book. Like it feels like it's well made. But whoever made this book, like kudos to them, because it is heavy, it feels luxurious, it looks luxurious. It's just like a really high quality book in my opinion. So I'm excited to read this. But for the rest of the books this month, I am going to use my handy dandy TBR basket. So I'll be pulling 8 prompts from the basket. So without further ado, let's see what I will be reading in the month of June. One just flew out. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one as my first prompt. Let's see what she says. Ooh, the female main character is kidnapped. That is a good one. Ooh, okay, let me see. Okay, I think I found the book. Hopefully this fits the TBR prompt. Female main character is kidnapped. I just Googled female main character kidnapped book because there's no way. I don't know. I don't know all of the like synopsises by heart of all the books that I have on my bookshelf. I know that might be terrible, but I just like don't. So I Googled, and one of the books that popped up is Her Soul to Take, which I own, and I have heard such great things about this book. I've seen a lot of people rave about this book online, so I'm really excited to read it. From the male's so there's like 2 perspectives in the blurb, and the male, his name is Leon, and it says, my reputation among magicians is unblemished. Killer, they call me. Killing is what I do best. One wrong move and you're dead. Except her. The one I was supposed to take, which is, I guess, where the kidnapping comes in. The one I should have killed. The cult that has controlled me wants her, but I'm not about to lose my new toy to them. So, and then in the female, her name is Ray, and her blurb, the very last line is, and he doesn't just want my body, he wants my soul, which I guess keys into the title, Her Soul to Take. So I don't know if we are having like an actual kidnapping or if he's like a demon that's come to collect her soul. I don't really know, but I'm gonna find out, because this is the book that I'm gonna read for female main character is kidnapped. Isn't the cover of this? I think it's so pretty. Okay, the third book that we are going to be reading this month is literary fiction. Ooh, that'll be a nice little change up. Okay, let me see what I got. I've got some things on my radar that I want to read. Okay, so for literary fiction, I'm going to read The Tobacco Wives by Adele Myers. This book is set in the mid to late 1940s. Our main character arrives in Brightleaf, North Carolina, the tobacco capital of the South, and she is a seamstress, and she finds herself making these elaborate dresses for the wives of the men who run the tobacco factory. It says, shedding light on the hidden history of women's activism during the post-war period. At its heart, The Tobacco Wives is a deeply human, emotionally satisfying, and dramatic novel about the power of women's connections and the importance of seeking the truth. So I'm excited to read this. Okay, let's dig in for book 4. A book featuring a journey, adventure, or quest. I pulled this one in April. Ooh, okay, let's see. Okay, I think I found the book I'm going to read. I think I'm going to read Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This feels kind of adventure-y, kind of questy. It seems like our female main character possesses magic of some sort, but she cannot heal her best friend because she needs access to forbidden knowledge. That is our female main character. And then our male main character, he is like a body double to a prince, and seems like there is a failed assassination attempt on the prince, which brings our female main character and our male main character together, and they are drawn into a web of the mysterious king. Seems like there are long kept secrets that begin to unravel, and they form a forbidden attraction. And so there's lots of things happening that feel like each of these main characters are on a quest of their own, and their paths converge, and that is what's going to be the story. So I've heard really good things about this book. I know the second book released earlier this year, so this seems like a good book to put on my TBR. All right, let's dig in for book number 5. Make it a good one, because I know that I pulled that last one in like April, the Adventure Quest, and I've got a crap ton in here, so let's see what we get. Ooh, something with a red cover. That is so funny, because this one has a red cover. Okay, that's okay. That is so funny. Okay, let me find something with a red cover. I might go downstairs. I have more books downstairs, and I kind of have one in mind that, does it have a red cover? It for sure has red on the cover. I don't know if I have like a solid red only book, but I'm gonna look around. Oh my gosh, should I read Crescent City? I have not read that series from Sarah J. Maas yet. I do own it. It's right here. I've read all of her other books, but I have not read Crescent City. I mean, that's a chunker if I'm gonna commit to 9 books this month. Ooh. I don't know. Let me look around. Let me just look. Let me continue to look. I know what I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read A Harvest of Hearts by Andrea Emis. I just recently picked this up. It has a cute little spine. Got like kitchen stuff. Like there was a kitty cat, a cupcake, a like dough roller. I don't know what it's called. A slice of cake, a crown, and a whisk. Yeah, so magic is going to be a part of this book. I don't know why I feel like this book is set in New England. This book just gives me, I don't know if it's like the spine. It just gives me like, what's that show? The British Bake Off, or like the British like baking competition, like where like they're outside and they're baking in like the little tent. I don't know why this book gives me those vibes. I just feel like is this an English book? I mean obviously it's written in English, but you know what I mean. I don't know. It has a New York address, printed in China. It's from Kensington Publishing Corp. That alone sounds English. I guess I could Google it. But yeah, this book just gives me UK vibes. In a good way, in an endearing way. I mean that as a compliment. But yeah, this will be my red book read. Okay, book number 6. Let's see what we get. Animal on the cover. Okay, I have been wanting to read this book since I bought it and I just haven't yet, and so I'm putting it on my TBR, and that is Kiss of the Basilisk. It has a snake on the cover. This is the perfect book to put into this category. I am excited. All right, book number 7. A person on the cover. Okay. Oh, I know what I'm gonna read. It's downstairs. Let me go grab it. Okay. I just received this in my Book of the Month box for May, but I ordered this one and Silver Elite, so the box literally just came like yesterday, the day before, which they did tell me it was going to be like delayed, I guess, because these are both new releases. I guess, well, the whole point of Book of the Month is to get new releases, so I don't know. I think it was because Silver Elite was like a special edition that they had. So either way, whatever the case was, I just got my box, which is really late. Usually I get my box like within like the end of the first week or like the beginning of the second week of the month, and I just got this book like today's the 29th, so either the 27th or 28th is when I got my box. But either way I am going to read A Curse Carved in Bone. This is book 2 of the Saga of the Unfated. I will need to read like some cliff notes of the first book because I read that book when it first came out like a year and a half ago. So, I mean, I remember like the gist of it, but I would like to get a little refresher. But yeah, this book has Freya on the cover, which is our female main character. So I'm excited to read this, and I think this is a duology, so this should close out the series. So that's exciting. Okay, we've got 2 more books to choose, so let's see what book number 7 is going to be. A book that takes place in your hometown. Okay. I am going to read 9 Lives by Dan Brown. I do not think this is like a fictional story written, you know, with like the characters living in New Orleans. It's not like anything like that. I think this is more like a biography. I'll just read you the little blurb on the back. It says 9 Lives is a multi-voiced biography of a dazzling, surreal, and imperiled city, told through the lives of 9 unforgettable characters and bracketed by 2 epic storms. Hurricane Betsy, which transformed New Orleans in the 1960s, and Hurricane Katrina, which nearly destroyed it. Dan Brown brings this kaleidoscopic portrait to life, showing us what was lost in the storm and what remains to be saved. That sounds so good. Okay, yeah, it is nonfiction. It says, this is a quote from New York Times. Okay, so mighty and sad, 9 Lives may be this young year's most artful and emotionally resonating nonfiction book so far. When was this written, I wonder? Okay, it was written in 2009. Oh my gosh, I know that I have said a gajillion times that a book has never made me cry, but I think it's because it's fiction. I know that it's a story, and there's just something that like moves me about New Orleans. If you are from New Orleans, or if you've ever visited New Orleans and you feel like a connection to the city, I think that you will understand when I say that New Orleans is just like such an emotional place, such a magical place. And especially Hurricane Katrina. Obviously, I wasn't alive in 1960 for Hurricane Betsy. I feel like if there was a book that could make me cry, I feel like it could be this one, because I do get really emotional when talking about the hardships of New Orleans and just like Louisiana in general. I no longer live there. I live in Houston, but South Louisiana and New Orleans is someplace that's like really special to me, and I just feel like the stories in this book are going to be hard to read, are going to be emotional. Yeah, this might be the one that makes me cry, that makes me physically cry, just because I have such an emotional connection to New Orleans. And how proper that I'm going to be reading this right on the cusp of hurricane season starting. All right, we've got one more to go, you guys. I am so excited. What is it gonna be? I always accidentally grab more than one because it's like folded paper and like they get, I don't know, caught in between each other. Ooh, a book with the word book in the title. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, that was pretty easy. The Book of Adriel is what I'm gonna be reading for a book with the word book in the title. This is the perfect book to read. I have heard such amazing things about this book. This book has been on my TBR, has been on my shelf unread for probably a year now, so it is well overdue. It's now this book's time to shine, and I'm excited to read it. Okay, we have picked all 9 books. Holy cannoli. So let's recap. I personally picked The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Female main character is kidnapped. We've got Her Soul to Take. Literary fiction, we have Tobacco Wives. Book featuring a journey, adventure, or quest, we have The Sword Catcher. A book with a red cover, we have A Harvest of Hearts. A book with an animal on the cover, we have Kiss of the Basilisk. A book with a person on the cover, we have A Curse Carved in Bone. A book that takes place in your hometown, we have 9 Lives. And a book with the word book in the title, we have The Book of Azrael. Oh, you guys, okay, June is gonna be a busy reading month, but I am so excited. I adore all of the books that I picked this month. I think I'm most excited for The Book of Azrael and Night and the Moth. I am excited for all of them, but those two, my heart is really beating fast for, so I probably will read those first. Please let me know down in the comments what books you are reading in June. If you've read any of the books that are on my TBR, let me know down below what you've thought of them. If you've seen any books here that you're interested in, go ahead and let me know. If there are any books on my TBR that you guys want me to do like a reading vlog / like review rant style video, just sharing my thoughts and opinions and emotions while reading these books, go ahead and let me know. I did one for Fearless and it was so much fun, so I would love to do something like that again. So if there's a book here of these 9 that stick out to you and you're like, I want to know more about this book, go ahead and let me know and I will definitely do that here on the channel. But aside from that, you guys, I think that's it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. The weekend is approaching. It is Thursday, so if I don't see you again before the weekend, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.